Hello everyone, Cowboy and Gangster here, and today I'm going to be telling you about what I was like in school, or talking about my school. To be honest, I didn't like my school very much. Because usually because there's a lot of complicated work, but we all do it anyway. And I usually go there. Well, I try to go there every day because so I can learn more. And I went when I first started school. I went to there was one school, but I can't remember what it's called. And I was very young. I can't remember how old I am. I can't remember how old I was. And I used to get in trouble a lot because basically I've messed something up or usually bring a lot of cars in because I used to have this red black hat, basically like one of those hats without the edges. Oh yeah, like somewhere around here. Well, not the cowboy hat, a different hat. And that's probably thrown away by now. And then my mum decided to put me in another school because if I stayed in that school, which I still can't remember the name, I probably would have been bullied if I didn't go to another school. And then I went to the other school. When I first got there, I was very nervous because I think I was about 11 when I went to the school. I don't know, I can't remember. And didn't know anybody, and usually we learned about I can't remember what subject we used to learn about. I was very young at the time, about 11 I think. Yeah, very young. And when a kid, some of the kids usually have a meltdown, and usually throw chairs, and the teacher has to step in and restrain them. And then after a couple of months, I moved class, and that was when I was about probably 12. Yeah, probably 12. And after, and it was alright for a couple of days. I mean, there were some students have been bad sometimes, and including me, because I used to get in trouble when I moved the next class, and basically, I remember one incident when there were three people in the toilet room, and one of the kids tried to climb up the I can't remember what they climbed up on. I think it was the toilet, and then the teacher came in, and we got in trouble. So we sat in a long corridor, basically where all bad kids go, and they sit on a chair and wait till the teacher tells them to go back to class or go outside. And and um, and after a couple of months, I was bullied, and I remember it very well because, well, one, I was grabbed around the neck, which I was about 12 or 13. I can't remember. Yeah, I grabbed Lucas and fell to the ground. And after I was thrown in the ground, I freaked out. And then I picked on. Some students called me names because after the freak out. And then I turned into a bully after that. And it wasn't the best at all, because I usually pick on people, and also picked on someone who was smaller than me, and also one of my friends, I also picked on him. Well, there were a load of us, and we all picked on one of our friends, and he ended up crying because when I got bullied, I didn't care who I picked on, and then when they told my mom about it for the time, I changed completely after she told me off about it. And now I don't do bullying anymore. Yeah, I became a better person. And then after that incident, I think it was about a couple of years, probably about after another year, I moved class again. Yeah, I moved class again. I think it was yeah. Then I moved to another class, and basically I was about, I think I was probably 13. Yeah, I'm gonna say 13 because I can't remember. And everything was going alright. I mean, there was still some bad kids in there, but we got over it. And then after a couple of months, I moved class again. And then when I went to that class, something was alright. And the class I was in wasn't the best class I have been, because I think it was about oh yeah, it was next year after I joined class, because I was 14 when I went to the class, and that class was not the best. I did not like that class one bit. And the teacher we had, I could tell she had a problem with me. Yeah, and I thought she hated my guts. Because the class was alright for a couple of days. Until I started messing up. And they used to shout. And when I was 14, I didn't like shouting very much. Yeah, I think it was 14. I can't remember. Got bad memory. And I usually get upset when someone shouts, because I didn't like shouting at the time when I was about 14. Well, I'm probably still 13. I really can't remember. And then I told my mum about it, and then she probably sent him a letter or something. I can't remember. And then after a couple of months, I stayed in a classroom. Now still 14, and I still have the same teacher, and I ended up being sick a lot, because I don't know why I've been so sick, because one day I ended up with headaches. I usually throw up, or I got a diarrhea problem. And I missed a lot of days after that. And the teacher who had a problem with me wasn't very happy about it. And I usually ask other staff members, because we were doing a work on something. I asked her, can she help me spell with something? And she started saying the words like A or something, and then you stopped and went that way. And when I asked her, I knew she was gonna have a problem with me asking. So I asked another staff member. And then another staff member told her, and she was complaining that, come on, Josh, you should know better. And I'm really annoyed by that. I don't think she's trying to help me, but shouting at me, telling me I know better doesn't help me at all. And she usually complains about me about every time I get something wrong or I usually forget something, she would have a problem with it. And when I'm looking at something, well, I had a background, she had a problem with it. And I used to cry a lot when I was 14. Probably because I didn't know what to do at the time. Because when I didn't know what to do, I usually cry and get upset about it. Because if they ask me a question, basically if you ask me a normal question, if I was probably 14 or 13, I would usually cry. But now I don't cry anymore. And after a couple of months, I went to a prom. And oh god, I couldn't believe what happened after the prom. Well, what happened in the prom, my mum gave me some money so I could buy a drink. And I saw one of my mates having a beer. So I decided to go up to the counter and buy a beer. Which I was 14 at the time. And I just went up and for a beer. I think it was a lager. I don't know, one of those big bottles. I meant big glass. Glass cups. And I was just drinking it and walking around. And one of the staff was supposed to be watching me. But I was too busy drinking the beer that I just moved to one area, which I still had the beer in my hand, drinking it. And I put the glass cup on the side, and I completely forgot to put it back on the counter. I completely forgot about that. And some of my mates saw me drink beer, but didn't say anything. And we had a good time. I mean, everything was going great. We were celebrating the students who were leaving us. And then when it came to home time, and I came back home and told my mum I had drink a beer, which she was angry about. Because I was 14 at the time. And then she I don't know what she did. Might have complained to the school about it. Yeah, I think so. And then they called my teacher about it, and they asked me, "Did you ever drink beer?" And I said, "I think I said yes, or it was something like that." They asked me something, but I can't remember. And then I went back home. And then the next day, oh God, I remember that day. When I came back, I was met with an angry teacher. She was complaining that she promised my mum she was gonna watch me, and complained that she ain't gonna give me a jacket because I'm borrowing a jacket because I didn't have one. And then she blamed my cousin also, because my cousin went to the same school as me. And after we were in the coat closet, basically where we put all our bags and coats in. She was complaining. She was angry at me and my cousin, and she was telling my cousin off because she didn't tell the staff that I was drinking beer, which was not her responsibility to watch me, because it wasn't my cousin's responsibility to tell the teachers if I was drinking beer or not. The teachers were in charge to watch me, not my cousin. And I told my cousin, I kind of sweared when I was talking to my cousin. I said, yeah, she was saying, I should have told someone. I think I said, don't listen to her. She's a stupid bee. And then after we had a conversation, we went into the classroom because we both were in the same class also. And they were telling us all off, and I ended up crying in front of the class, and I felt disrespected by that, because me crying in front of your class, well, they actually made me cry in front of your class. I felt disrespected, and And then after I cried, and I sat at the computer, and the teacher who had a problem with me, as always, asked me, "Do you know something?" I can't remember what she asked about. And I said, "No, I didn't know." And she said, "Of course you do." And I was annoyed by that and disrespected. I don't think they had the right to make me cry in front of the whole class. And exactly the bartender fault for not asking me what I did. And the teacher made me cry in front of the whole class. And that was disrespectful to me. And then we carried on going to lessons as usual. And then the teacher asked me at the end of the school time, because it was nearly on time. She asked me, "Did you buy a beer because one of your friends did?" And I don't know if I responded or not. I can't actually remember. And then me and my cousin went home on the bus because we were both on the same bus. They dropped my cousin off and then dropped me off. And when I got home, I ended up crying. And I think my cousin also cried about it. And my mom and my cousin's mom were gonna sort the problem out. And they was angry about it. And then after they sorted the problem out, they apologized to me and my cousin. Well, I hope they apologized to my cousin. And then we just went back to normal as usual. And then I moved class into the or I probably stayed in the same class. Yeah, I stayed in the same class. And then when I reached about 16, I went to the big class. Basically where the 16-year-olds go. The big class. Basically like it's a bit like college but closer to the school. Went there, it was alright. Going great, not bad. And things were going alright. And then basically it was good, all good after that. And then when I turned 17 and it were coming to August, the leavers were going to leave. Basically that means me and other people also were going to leave. And so we went to assembly. We went up. We got achievements, I think. I can't remember. And then we went to the big classroom, basically a building like college, but yeah, for people who are about to turn 18 soon, and when they turn 18 they will leave. Well, I'm gonna leave early at 17 because my birthday was coming up, so I have to leave for the other guys. And then we all sat